Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Konstantin. I'm working for MKS Atotech. And today it's a pleasure for me to introduce to you the role of surface treatments, especially for corrosion prevention in battery systems. Let's have a look why corrosion is a severe topic for this and what happens if we don't treat corrosion and manage corrosion correctly, let's say. You see here in that example what happens if we don't consider corrosion, if we don't consider the circumstances when we build battery systems. You see here when we use the wrong combination of materials, we will have severe corrosion, which for sure, when you compare it to when we use the correct metals in contact, we will have big corrosion, big failure. So we need to consider the surface treatment to enhance or prevent corrosion resistance, enhance durability. We can also think about conductivity, and that's what we need to consider surface treatments. And here, MKS, especially MKS Atotech, we are the experts for this. This is not only, or considering corrosion not only for, let's say, screws, fasteners, we also need to consider it for the whole battery system. And where corrosion can hit you, can hit the parts we use, you can see a list here. A little bit more details later in my presentation in track A, so you're welcome to join. If you want to learn more about corrosion in battery systems, if you want to know more what we can do in terms of surface treatments to deal with this phenomena, and you're also welcome at the booth outside to discuss this. So you see we have a lot of different parts where we need to consider corrosion as a threat to the performance of the part. This is picking up the example we had on the first slide. This is so-called contact corrosion. So when we combine different metals with each other and we don't choose the correct combinations, you will have corrosion immediately. You see here examples where we have a good combination. When we think about the first slide, we had a bad combination. We had quite severe corrosion. Here, if you see these screws, they're in touch with aluminum. And if we use the right surface treatment, we can do some corrosion testing. And you see here, there's no corrosion happening on this one. So we have chosen the right combinations. What we need to consider for these combinations is so you can have a look on the basic corrosive or electrochemical potential of these materials. You see in this example, aluminum is here. And if we choose a material which is on this scheme far away, so has a big difference, like zinc or magnesium, a big difference to the aluminum, then we will have severe corrosion. And that's why you need to choose the right metals or right materials which you combine and how you combine them to prevent this kind of corrosion. This is just one example. Now I would like to introduce a bit on our company to give you an insights what we are doing, where we are active. And for deeper insights in corrosion, you can join track A later. This is the whole MKS company. You see where I just want to highlight a few things. We are spending around about almost 10% of our income into R&D, so we are very innovative. We are thinking about future problems, challenges, and spending now the money to develop the right solutions for this. We have a broad base of different engineers, scientists, so almost 2,000 people working on dealing with challenges for the future. We are active, or we are leading in 20 positions in product categories, you will see later, and we are quite active. You see in our innovation quite a lot of numbers of patents. So we're a very innovative company. We're bringing new technologies to the market. Now you think where we are active. So we are active in different fields, not only corrosion protection, not only surface treatment. We are active in these different fields. So we are in semiconductor production, in electronics and packaging production, and also we are leveraging our knowledge into special industrial areas. So the battery, for example, energy is located here. Big portion is semiconductor production, where we also use surface treatments, and also in the electronics area. So MKS Atotech is a brand of MKS, and here we're dealing only with surface treatments. So this is our core knowledge. Core knowledge is the chemistry itself. But we are not only developing chemistry and selling chemistry, we are also talking to the right people, right companies in the supply chain to understand the needs of the supply chain. So we are talking, let's say, to battery manufacturers, automotive OEMs, or electronics OEMs, like, let's say, Samsung, for example. So we are talking to them, understanding their needs, and then bringing up the solutions into the supply chain they need to fulfill their requirements. We're also active in some other areas, like we build equipments, software development for the usage of these equipments. And we're having a global supply, or not a supply, a technical support, which comes with our chemistry systems to support our customers and also to support the end customers in their requirements. Where you find our solutions, so you may have never heard of surface treatments, of electroplating, of electrochemical treatments, but be sure it's everywhere. I see a lot of people using their cell phones. So in the cell phones you have printed circuit boards. And these printed circuit boards, for example here in computing, mobile device, these printed circuit boards, mainly all of them are produced with MKS and MKS Atotech solutions. So you all use our products in your hands. Other areas, for example, this morning the shower head you used in your bathroom, this is also coming or having a surface treatment from our supply to deal with, again, corrosion in this case, different corrosion, but corrosion. So our solutions are surrounding you and making your life like it is possible. Otherwise, a lot of the surfaces you are using would not perform as they do. A bit closer look, so for the electronics industry, microcomponents, microelectronics, we are active in several ways. So the smartphone I mentioned already, like we are printed circuit boards, we're active working in this, producing these printed circuit boards. Also in semiconductors, you will find chemical processes, which we need to have the right performance of these components. Functional electronics like connectors, most likely if you charge your battery, the connector is treated surface chemically. So also here we are active and you will find our solutions. On the other hand, if you have used a car or maybe even a train, also there even more, you have more parts, more functional parts, and even those need to have surface treatment to fulfill their requirements and their function. I just want to mention one highlight, for example, the brakes. They're also protected from corrosion, so they work, so they can break if you need them. If you don't protect them chemically from corrosion, they would corrode over time and lose their function, and basically your car would not stop. And that's why the world needs surface treatments to deal with all these different parts, let's say in an automotive area. So here, also here, surface treatment is key to enhance performance and ensure the quality of these parts. This picture you may have seen before. So where you find this in battery systems, on a bigger scale, one example, the housings. They are typically, let's say, painted or otherwise treated. And here you will also have possibilities to do an aluminum surface treatment to ensure corrosion resistance of these parts. And even the adhesion of the paint you may use to the part, even with flame retardant properties, even paint with flame retardant properties stick to these treated parts. Or if we think about you use a steel cover to enhance rigidity of this and mechanical stability of the parts of the module, you need to protect the steel from corrosion. Also here it's already in the market using surface treatment on these steel housings. A lot of different areas you see, so this is basically where we are active in battery modules on a bigger scale. And then we're also going down into the cell level. So we're not only active on bigger scheme, we're also active in the cells. And where you find our solutions in cells, for sure surrounding the cells. So like here again, printed circuit boards. Okay, I already mentioned we are in the production, but also on the bus bars, the terminals, and we are even active and developing new surface treatments inside battery cells. So on the current collectors, which are aluminum and copper typically, we are using and developing new treatments for preventing corrosion and also offering new adhesion treatments to ensure and raise the quality and the performance of these battery materials. So this is also where you will find treatments coming more and more into the industry. If you're interested, like I said before, if you're interested in knowing more on these corrosion topics, inside the cell, outside the cell, what are we offering? Again, track A this afternoon, I will have a longer discussion. We can have a deeper look into the material, into the mechanisms, what we can do against this. And with this, I would like to say thank you, 감사합니다, for your attention.